Welcome to my first scheduled vertical live here on YouTube. I'm not sure who's in here, but I'm going to talk and keep talking. And if you've got any questions, if you're watching this back, put it in the comment section as well. I will be revisiting this live and answering questions as well. Again, if you're here watching live, put the questions in the chat, and I will get to those questions as we're conversating. So today we're going to be talking about how to flatten, keep this stomach flat, okay? Even if you're over 40 years of age, whether you're 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. The reason why I am, talking to this audience, to the elder audience, because I'm 40 as well. So I want to be able to relate with yourself because things do slow down as you get older. So I'm here to kind of discuss what I do and what I recommend and how I put my own clients through a regime, a schedule, and build good habits. So before we get into it, if you do need help, if you do need some free advice, if you do need some recommendation, I have got a free body analysis quiz that you can click in the description right now. Click it. It takes about 2 minutes. It's a quiz about yourself, and then I will give you advice on what you should be doing in the gym or at home, whatever, to get yourself in shape as well. And I'll also give you recommendations on what I can help you with as well. So, belly fat, guys. The good old love handles, the good old belly fat that always seems to gather around here, okay? So, obviously you've got calories and you've got training. There's so many different ways you can do it. But what I like to do is keep it very simple. I'm a very simple person. So when it comes to getting yourself into shape or even staying in shape, I keep it really simple. Obviously you can count calories, you can do all that. But I think sometimes when you start to count calories in that, it's not very realistic. People don't always good. I mean, I don't know anyone, even in the industry, that will add up calories every single day of their life. It doesn't work like that. So the best thing to do is be able to visualize it in front of you. Okay, see it. All right. Just have a few rules, a few guidance kind of notes in your head to follow on a daily basis. So you're not getting your calculator out or going to MyFitnessPal and continuously tapping in stuff. It's just not the way forward. So I would say, look, 3-4 meals a day, let's say 3-4 meals a day. If you're looking to drop that body fat, which is what we're talking about today, okay, lower your carbohydrates. Okay, lower your carbohydrates. If you're watching this now, you probably got a bit of cravings, you got a sweet tooth, you have too much rice, you might have too much pasta, you just have too much of it, or you have it late at night when your activity levels are low. So this is something we have to kind of look at first. All right. Again, you might not have time to go to the gym, but this is something that you can definitely look at first. Look at the foods that you're eating. So the carbohydrates, so rice, your sweets, your chocolates, your chips and all those biscuits. You need to reduce it. Do it by at least 50% of whatever you're doing right now. Reduce it. Okay, reduce your carbohydrates. And if you're going to have the carbohydrates, only have it if you're going to be training or you're going to be active, right? So let's say if you're training at, I don't know, 9 a.m. in the morning, 8 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m. in the morning, have something before you go to the gym, okay? And then have something after in terms of carbohydrates. So obviously you have a meal, but make sure you have your carbs in those meals before the workout and after the workout. And then throughout the day, let's say you're not training, you're at work, you're sitting on the desk, that's when you have more protein, more veg, okay, pile your plates with veg or salad, whatever, and some fats, proteins and fats, okay? When you eat well, when you eat good nutrient dense food, you are not going to be able to overeat. It's simple, okay? So forget about counting calories. You're not going to be able to overeat. All right, so you're still, if because you've removed the carbohydrates, it give your body even more an opportunity to reduce the body fat, because the body will look at the fat source as their energy source, which will then start to target body fat on your body. So reduce your carbohydrates, and believe me, it will reduce here. Believe me, it will reduce. Okay, so make sure you do that. So that's the food side. I mean, I will go into a bit more depth onto kind of like how much to consume and all that kind of stuff. But that's the basic rule, rule of thumb. Then when it comes to training, if you can get to the gym or be active at least 3, 4 days a week, that's good. I think 4 days is a nice sweet spot. 4 days is a nice sweet spot that you can stick to make sure that you are, um, you know, you're helping the cause. Okay, food can do it, but if you can accelerate a little bit more, accelerate that fat loss a little bit more with some weight training and some cardio, so some low steady state stuff. I mean, you can do HIIT if you want to, but that is pretty hard. It is pretty tough, but I would say if you can do more steady state stuff, 20 minutes, on a daily basis of a bit of, walking uphill on the treadmill or going on the bike, just very steady, but do it after your weight training. So you do the weight training first. Let's say you train for like 30, 40 minutes, and then you do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio. If you can do that 3, 4 days a week, you're good to go. Coincide that with a low carbohydrate consumption with food, you're good to go. Okay, put those two together, you will drop the body fat. You will be able to flatten that belly. Okay, that because there is a reason why that body fat is there. Okay, guys, if you've got any questions, put it in the chat. There is a reason why you've got that body fat there. Okay, there's something that you're doing that your body thinking, right, you know what, yeah, I don't need this right now. I'm going to store it. Okay. And when that happens, your body starts to accumulate body fat. And then over time, you start to creep up on that scale. You start to look in the mirror, you're looking a little bit softer. You turn to the side, you start seeing more of a curve, coming out. And then before you know it, oh, right, I need to sort this out. Okay. So it's all in the carbohydrates. If you can control the carbohydrates, you are good to go. Okay. So any questions, put it in the chat now, guys. And if you're watching this back, all right, don't forget, put it in the comments, and I will be, answering your questions as well. So yeah, it's good to go. So again, like I said, there's a link in my bio. Okay, there is a link in my bio. It's a free body analysis quiz where you can fill out, and if you have, if you need advice on how to train, how much cardio to do, what types of foods to eat, this body analysis will give you feedback on what you should be doing, and I will also give you recommendations on what you can potentially do to accelerate that as well in terms of programs and stuff like that. So if you've got any questions, guys, put it in the chat. Let me just have a look here. All messages should be visible. Gaming magic. Oh, right. Hold on a minute. What should your daily carb intake be if you're trying to build muscle? So again, it does depend on your weight, how often you are training as well. So let's say you're training 4-5 days a week, which I believe you are. Then you're looking at least, if you're, 200 pounds, at least 1 gram to 1.5 grams of grams per pound of body weight. So let's say you're 200 pounds, that's 200 grams of carbs. This is very rough. There is no kind of like, this is what you should do exactly, but I would say start there. Start at least at 1 gram, 1 gram of carbs per pound of body weight. Start there first. And then because again, someone's metabolism might be a bit different to someone else's. So if you got high metabolism, you might be able to get away with a bit more carbohydrates. But again, even if you're looking to build muscle and you've got high metabolism, try and put most of those carbohydrates in and around the workout, before and after. That's what I say, just like directly. I mean, like just before, like an hour before and an hour after the workout. That's where you need to have the carbohydrates. But that's only if you're yeah, that's both looking to build muscle and lose body fat as well. You know, it's just the quantity will change. Everyone's different. Everyone's got a different level of how they metabolite food, how how they get rid of it, how they digest it. So it's kind of down to the individual, but most of the time, if you're going to use the carbohydrates, get the body to utilize it. So have it around the workouts where the body's going to use it as energy. Fire Blaster, how's it going? Would you agree building muscle and weight loss are two separate? Would you agree building muscle and weight loss? Yeah, two separate things, 100%. I would always put them separately, and then focus. Like if you're looking to lose, if the main focus, if I looked at someone's physique, all right, and they had body fat on, but I can see they've got some muscle on them, I would still focus on the fat loss part first, and then slightly shift it over to the building phase. It doesn't matter, if you're skinny and you've got a belly fat and you've got a lot of belly and you've got some belly fat, I will still kind of focus on one thing at a time. So if someone's skinny and they're lean, I would look at building muscle first. If they then start to, put on a little bit of body fat as time goes on, then we go back to a bit of fat loss. But also when you're changing from fat loss to building muscle, it helps because the body, you're doing different things. So it kind of helps kind of kickstart that next kind of phase, if that makes sense. Why don't you have a top on? Because I'm in my house, and why not? I've trained for years and years and years, so show it off, right? Why not? Gaming Magic, why have you got a WWE logo on your icon? All right, guys. So like I said, if you've got any questions, if you're going to watch this back, because every live that I do on here, I will post it up so you can watch it back. So if you do miss future live, I will be posting it up. But also, guys, I will be scheduling all my lives now. So the lives will be on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I will be going live here on YouTube. So make sure you check out my live feed on here, and you can see what time I'm going to be next on Tuesday. Because I love wrestling. Yeah, perfect. There you go. All right, guys, I am out. Make sure you hit that like button right now. Hit the like button. Get this algorithm moving. I'm going to be doing a lot more vertical here on YouTube. I'm going to be coming away from TikTok and bringing it here on YouTube, because I am actually monetized here on YouTube. So I need to use this platform more often and serve the audience. I believe YouTube will keep content better. It keeps the content, and the content is a lot more searchable as well. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot more of my lives here on YouTube. But guys, I am out. Okay, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribing. And again, I will see you soon.